Hey, you. Yes, you. Do you want to learn about Colorado? Well, even if you don't, I'm still going to tell you. Here's our main topic. It's called education. You know, that thing you go to that's called school, and there's a really big emphasis on it because people say it's important. More on that later. For starters, Colorado was founded in the awesome year of 1876, based on this glorious shiny thing called gold. Towns were made around where the gold was found, and today they are known as mining towns. People from all over came for this gold. And thus they brought their wives. Because work falled mostly on mining, the wives of these miners had to make their own work. These wives established inns and hospitals, but our main objective here is schools. Now, school was very different in the 1800s than it is from now. It's a proven fact. Just look it up. Schools were only one room with one teacher that had to teach people from the grades of 1st through 8th all at the same time. And the reason I say people is because there were adults in these classrooms as well, because it was hard to get a proper education at this point in history. There was also no set way of transporting people, so basically there were no buses. So some people had to walk up to 5 miles just to get there. Sorry, little Timmy. Looks like you'll have to walk the whole way. Here's something you may like. School was actually shorter. Compared to modern times, about 48 days shorter. The main thing I want to point out here is that even back then, there were issues with education in Colorado. And there was even one that we deal with today, where teachers don't have enough supplies from the school and have to spend their own money to supply their students' needs. Our current situation here is that schools are still suffering from that budget cut that happened back in 2008. Although that's not the only reason. The superintendent at the time also forgot to put more than $1 billion into the education system. Every district suffered from this loss in their own ways, although a court order was able to get $110 million put back into the school system, but that left another 90% or so to be filled. If we continue down this road, with not being able to fund students like we used to, then many bad things could actually happen. And as of now, we're actually funding about $8,000 less per student every year than the national average. On this path, we might actually just revert back to the mining town education, and no, this is not a good thing. Politicians are already speaking about how we can fix this. Politicians like Cory Gardner and Michael Bennet. You know, the two senators of Colorado. Sure, the economy might suffer, but schools are still suffering from that lack of money. Our country is already in so much debt, trillions of dollars in fact. Who would notice the difference? Education also needs to keep improving. Schools are lacking in how much education they have to offer and how many teachers they are able to supply, without that financial support that they desperately need right now. If we were to get at least $1 billion, maybe even a little less, we could give education that boost that it really needs. Putting $1 billion back into education would have a tremendous impact on our society. Schools are constantly sending out more and more graduates, both high school and college. And with better education, these graduates will be more educated for whatever career they decide to go for, making a great improvement to society. Just think, technology would improve, life would be different, with that money put back into education. So next time you're sitting in class, thinking about how much school stinks, just remember, school wasn't the same in the past, and without that education you have, there wouldn't be the jobs or technology that you have today. So enjoy school because it might actually help you one day.